Hello, and welcome to this video. So this week I am just doing a simple little draw with me. I have recently gotten myself a whole schedule laid out of like what videos I'm going to come out with and everything. So just for future reference, there will be a draw with me once a month I will be releasing, as well as a couple of challenges throughout the month. So the general plan is I will be releasing a new video every Wednesday, and you can check that out here on my YouTube channel. I will also be posting sneak peeks over on my Patreon, as well as some other really fun stuff that you can go check out in the link below. And of course, I'm always posting on my Instagram, so again, you can check that out below. But for today, we're just gonna do a little draw with me with one of my characters, and her name is Lucy. And so I think I will tell you a little bit about Lucy, since, you know, we're painting her today. So Lucy is one of my OCs. She is a ginger, so she has, you know, red hair and fair skin and a lot of freckles. She is very sweet and bubbly, very naive and playful, but she is also really reliable and loyal. Lucy is actually one of my first OCs, and so she's really close to my heart. Some of the things that she enjoys would be like sunflowers and foxes and nature. She's really about all that kind of stuff. She's really just the cutesy outdoor type, for sure. So for this particular painting, I drew her a little bit lewd. She is just wearing a sweater, one of like the tank top sweaters. Still has like a turtleneck, and then underwear, and then thigh-high socks. Normally though, Lucy would be seen wearing like high-waisted shorts and a tank top, or a sundress, very much so like floral prints, things of that nature. But I really wanted to put a lot of different textures into this piece, for the fact that originally I was going to do this as a one watercolor challenge, so I wanted to be able to have that room for the variety. And the reason why I didn't go ahead and do like just one watercolor for the entire piece and do the challenge with this piece is because, to me, Lucy has a very distinct color palette. And in fact, all of my OCs do. Like, I have specific colors that I coordinate with each of them. Lucy's being those neutral colors, the oranges, greens, browns, things of that nature. Nature. See what I did there? Anyway. And so it would just really not look like Lucy if I got a color like pink, because there's obviously like a lot of pinks and purples and blues on that palette. So if I got one of those colors and had to do this piece with those colors, it wouldn't be right to me. So I decided just to paint this piece as is, and I'm very, very happy I did, because I really enjoy how it turned out in the end. And see, because I originally was planning on doing a challenge with it, even so, because I was planning on doing like a one watercolor challenge, I should have put this piece on watercolor paper, and I didn't. I just put it on my normal sketchbook paper, which is such an odd thing to do, because this paper doesn't hold water as well as watercolor paper would. So I ended up just doing a base layer of everything in watercolor, and then going over with the color pencils and adding in those deeper shadings and textures and everything else later. As for materials that I am using, because I will show you throughout the video just like the pencils and the brands that go with those and everything of that sort. So the watercolor palette I did get from Walmart, just in their painting aisle. It's just like the real simple of the simple watercolor palette. The brushes I also got from Walmart. Some brushes I have from years ago, so those are older, but most of those ones are from Walmart. And I believe they are the mixed media brushes. And then the color pencils are a combination of Prismacolor pencils, Crayola color pencils, I want to say Faber-Castell. Yeah, Faber-Castell pencils. And some are from like an art kit that I got forever ago. So those are the main materials that I ended up using. Oh, and the sketch pad itself is also from Walmart as well. So, and then going back to the one watercolor challenge, I will be doing that next week. So make sure you tune in to see that, because it ended up being really interesting and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I really enjoyed that video. And but back to Lucy. Back to Lucy. So, a little bit more on Lucy. So some more fun things about her. So she has green eyes and ginger hair. She has orange hair. She has, like I said, fair skin and lots of freckles. She's a little bit more on the thicker side and she's a little bit more on the shorter side. So that's kind of like physical description for you. Okay. Overall, I really enjoyed this piece too. I'm not really like sure what to put here, because this video is really just me coloring forever, and I'm glad that people enjoy watching these, because I enjoy watching these a lot, like the little draw with these and whatever, but it's just like I don't watch them to listen to the person talk, so I don't really know what it is. But let me know in the comments if you want me to talk more about my art, or if you would like me to do like story times with my draw with me's. I'm interested to know what you guys would prefer to hear. If you guys would prefer to hear me just like ramble about random things that happened during the day, or if you'd rather me talk like just strictly about the piece. But since I have talked so much about the piece, and I'm giving you the option to hear about my day or whatever, maybe I'll just share a story right now about what happened today. So, I also started college today, so I have classes, and I work, and I have a baby here at home, and then I also am doing my art and YouTube on the side. So I'm a very, very busy person. But, so I got done with class today, and I was going to go pick up my mom because she's visiting, and my sister and I were in the car, and we're driving to go pick up my mom, and there's this really, really big hill in town that, like, a lot of people will go to, like, to go sledding and things of that nature once it becomes winter, and a lot of people will post, like, garage sale signs there, too, and stuff. So, like, we're driving by the parking lot, and we see one of these little toy cars. Not like the kind that are like Matchbox cars, but like the bugs that you sit in and like drive with your feet, like you push yourself with your feet. Oh, the little type cars. Okay, thank you. They're the little type cars and stuff. And so we see this, car, and so we flip around and we pull into the parking lot, and we're like, okay, we'll take this home for my baby because she will like this. It can be her birthday gift. It'll be great. She'll love it. So we're going to go put it in the car, and my sister looks at me and she says, we have to take it down the hill. Because she also just got her permit today. She's like, we gotta take the car down the hill. And now neither of us can fit in this little car. Like, we're way too big for this by now, So we push it all the way up the hill. And my sister sits on top of it. and hangs onto the roof and tells me to push her down the hill. We're both just excited as heck. And so I push her, and she starts to go down the hill. And she starts going too fast, so she jumps off because she gets too scared. And we're like, okay, we're going to try it again. We're going to try it again. So she tries it again, she does the same thing. She ends up jumping off. Or we tried at that halfway point where she like jumped off the first time. And she went down the rest of the way and then jumped off. So then it was my turn to go down the hill. So the first time she pushes me to like go down the hill. So I got scared and I jumped up. So that wasn't good. We didn't get very far at all. So we got back on, we just like reloaded, you know, we're gonna try it again. Got back to the top of the hill, got back on top of this little car, hanging on for dear life. She pushes me, and the car starts going, and it starts going really, really, really fast. Okay, and it just rained, so the ground's all mushy, and like everything's wet, and there's pollen, and our shoes turned yellow, and it was weird. But anyway, in the car, because like the wheels aren't really like, they don't stay straight very well. They like get caught on everything. If you've ever had one of these like little tank cars, they get caught on everything. And the wheel pushed down into the dirt and like made its own little hole. And so the whole thing just like flipped over and it threw me off. And so I just like rolled the rest of the way down this hill. And we were like halfway. So the car just like flipped over and just like stopped. And I just like rolled down the hill. So we're both laughing and I'm trying not to be hurt because like my knees are just skinned and landed on my wrists and I'm all scratched up, but it was so much fun. So then we put her back, like we redid it again, and she got back on the car and we pushed her and she made it all the way down the hill, and we were so excited and so happy, and it was so great. And then we had to get going because like I still had to go pick up my mom and like do other things, but it was so much fun. And it was such a great adventure. And so yeah, that is my story time for today. That is my most exciting thing that has happened all day. And so yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of craziness, but it was a good time. So yeah. So I guess back to the drawing then. So at this stage I am just adding in those like a lot of shading and textures and things of that nature with the color pencils that I lost with the watercolor, since I couldn't layer them as much as I'd like to, since this is not watercolor paper. So it's, yeah, really just going in and adding her sweater texture and adding the shading that goes on her clothing and some of like the shading in her hair and making her hair more orange and sunflower more yellow, and adding some shading onto her socks and some color into her skin, all that fun stuff. I guess another fun fact about this piece is that whole box of pencils sitting next to me. There is 65 pencils in that box. I counted before I did this video because I sharpened each and every one of those pencils before I did this video. So that way I wouldn't have to stop mid-film and sharpen a pencil. Because I like my pencils like really nice and sharp. So I still had a few pencils break and I had to like stop and sharpen them mid-shoot. But it worked out fine. I also am planning on doing a piece where I use every single one of my color pencils, because this box has 65 color pencils in it, and then I have two 12-pack Prismacolor sets. I have one 24-pack Prismacolor set. I have charcoal color pencils, I have watercolor color pencils, I have another, I want to say, bag of like artist pencils, like artist color pencils. So yeah, that's an idea that I have for the future. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see that video, because I easily have more than 100 color pencils. I have this weird addiction. I love collecting color pencils. They are like my favorites. I love color pencils so much. Or maybe in the future, or both, I could do both, where I do a comparison of my different brands of color pencils, because I have Faber-Castells, I have watercolor color pencils, I have Crayola, I have Prisma, I have some that don't even have, I guess, brand names on them. But yeah, so comment down below and let me know if you would like to see me use all of my color pencils in one illustration, as well as count them all and kind of like show you swatches of my color pencil collection. And or if you would like to see me do a video comparing my different types of color pencils or brands of color pencils, because it might not seem like it makes a difference, but like somebody like me who uses all these different brands of color pencils, I can definitely tell which ones are which and such. Which I'm not gonna like get into all that right now, because obviously I'm gonna probably make that video anyway in the future. So now I am just wrapping up the piece and putting a nice little hint of color into the background. So yeah, that's pretty much this entire piece. I think if I was to do this piece again, I would change her outfit, only because now I know that I wasn't going to end up doing the one color challenge with this piece, so I could have put her in something that would be a little bit more traditionally Lucy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next week.